Action! Hey guys, Josh Moody here. Welcome to Strangle School. I got my buddy Mike here today, and we are going to talk about some submissions from the crossbody ride. Okay? We're going to enter from the 3/4 mount or quarter guard, whichever you prefer. And we're going to talk about how to attack a calf slicer and a banana split. Alright? So, just lay flat on your back. Oh! Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Please help me build this community. Please help me build this channel. The more people you can send this to, the more content I will be able to bring to you guys. So, I'm in the mount, and a couple things can happen. Either Mike can go to try and trap my foot, or I can trick him. I can pick my foot up, and naturally, oh snap, he's going to be able to put me back in guard. He'll probably try and shrimp out and push on my knee, all sorts of stuff that I don't want. So instead, I'm going to point my toes, and I'm going to lock a figure 4. Okay? Instead of staying mounted, I start to rotate, and I lock a figure 4. I'm going to reach down, and I'm going to attach myself to his legs. Okay? I grab the other leg that I'm not connected to. I'm going to tuck my elbow behind his knee, and that's going to let me roll really, really smooth. If you find that his legs are figure 4 like this, that's great for you. It really, really is. Because he's giving you this calf slicer right here. I'm going to go and control the line of his toes. Okay? If I'm all the way up at the tip of his toes, my foot will slip right off. I want to control the biggest knuckle. I'm going to turn his 5 knuckles into 1 knuckle. Okay? I'm crushing those knuckles. And as I pull down, I'm going to flare my knee in a circle. Okay? I am trying to take my calf, or my ankle is going to go towards my face, and my knee is going to go away. Okay? That's going to line up my shin better behind his knee. So I grab his foot, I grab the knuckles, I crush them. Okay? I pull down and I flare as I drive my legs away from me. So I have a pushing action with my legs, and I have a pulling with my hand. Okay? I pull, push, and right there you find your submission. Okay? We're attacking a calf slicer. It's going to attack a couple different things. I'm attacking the muscles in the back of the calf and the hamstring. That's often when people tap to just because it's really, really uncomfortable. But if they don't tap to that, eventually you start to attack the front of the knee capsule. It's kind of like having a nutcracker if the fulcrum broke. Okay? I crush this down. If the heel goes to the butt, the front of the knee starts to pop. Alright? If you find that you don't have enough force to pull with one arm, I can use my second arm. But if I reach my second arm in between his legs and I try and grab like this, he's going to sit up and grab my arm. And now I'm in an arm bar. And this is going to be bad for me. I've tied myself to this position. It's going to be really, really tricky for me to get out before my elbow starts to go. So if you need to bring in your second leg, I'm going to put his knee down. I'm going to reach around his hip. And then I can get that second grip. Okay, now I extend, I flare, and I find my calf right here. Okay, if you still need to add more power, I can go from my figure 4 to putting the sole of my foot on my opposite Achilles, helping to further push with my pull. Okay, so I push with my feet, I rotate my knee, and I pull with my hands. Bow! That's a nasty one. That's a really, really mean one. Okay? So, we are in the mount. And maybe he shrimps out and he tries to trap my foot. Oh, snap. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to walk, and I'm going to figure 4 my legs as I take myself perpendicular to his hips. Okay? I am perpendicular to his hips. I don't want to be facing his head anymore. I'm going to trap his opposite leg. I'm going to tuck my elbow behind his knee, and I'm going to hit my roll. So, we went for that calf slicer. And let's say he puts his ankle under his other ankle. Now he's got something that can lift as I pull gonna reach around his leg. I'm locking a butterfly grip. So I connect my wrists to my wrist, and I rotate my hand, or I cover my hands over my forearms. Okay? It's a gable grip, but a little bit tighter. If you got long arms, you're probably already doing this, but it's just the same grip slid to the wrists. Okay? I wrap around his leg, and I get my butterfly grip. My elbows come tight, so I can smash his heel to his butt. It's gonna be really, really hard for him to extend his legs straight now. Okay? I'm gonna extend with my legs, and I'm gonna pull this near leg in a circle. Okay? If you try and pull straight, you're just making him do the splits. You'll find a lot of people that you can tap with that. A lot of people won't have that kind of flexibility. But when I rotate, instead of going into the muscles, I start to attack the joint. I start to attack the hip bone, right at the socket. So I lock my butterfly grip, I extend with my legs, I pinch my elbows, and I rotate this other leg to attack his hip socket rather than the muscles. So, let's rotate. This is probably not gonna work at the end, but let's find out. All right, I pick an ankle up to bait him into trapping me into quarter guard. I rotate back and I triangle my legs. I lock a figure four. If you can get shoelaces to shoelaces, that's awesome. A lot of times when people do that, you'll see they cross their own legs. They lock their own figure four, and that's gonna make it hard for me to get shoelaces to shoelaces, but that's not that big a deal. I figure four, I walk all the way over, I trap his leg, I tuck my elbow behind his knee, and there's my roll. If his hips are on the floor, the banana split is not accessible, but the calf slicer is very accessible. Okay? If he starts to bring his leg in, if he starts to kick my grip, okay, that's another cue to switch to my banana split. Okay? I need to pick his hips up and get them on my body. If he's on the floor, it's really, really hard for me to control his hips the way I need to. So I extend my legs to the floor, which elevates his hips. Look, his hips are on the floor. When I extend, his knee hits the floor, and that picks up his hips. I sit up, I grab them, and I lock around. My butterfly grip, my elbows are tight. I want his heel touching his butt. I extend with my legs, and I bring his knee in a circle to skip the muscles and go right to the bone. If you guys find that you don't get his heel to his butt fast enough, and he starts to extend his leg, I get my wrist, slow it down. I'm gonna get my wrist behind his knee, I'm gonna grab his ankle, and I'm gonna lock a figure four. That's gonna prevent him from straightening this leg. Okay? There's only so far he's gonna go now. And I do the exact same motion. I extend with my legs, and I rotate that leg in a circle. I am taking his knee around the corner. Okay? There has to be an arcing motion on this submission. Otherwise, you're just attacking muscles. And muscles stretch, bones don't stretch. So, I had my butterfly grip, I had his heel to his butt, but he starts to extend. I grab the wrist, or I grab the ankle, and I grab my own wrist. I key lock my wrist around his hip to his ankle. I extend with my legs, and I pull his knee around the corner. Boom. For my banana split. Hey guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for attending Strangle School. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Send this to everybody you know. The more people that subscribe, the more content I'm gonna start pushing out. Please, please, please share the love, spread the wealth. Jiu-jitsu is for like a lot of people, but not quite everybody. So like your grandma, she's not gonna care. But everybody else, send it. Thank you. Have a great day.